It's hard to believe that one play could hurt your brain and change your life forever. Although football is a very fun and interesting sport, it's very dangerous and can cause lifetime problems or even in some serious cases, death. I'm going to talk about what causes football players to get concussions, what a concussion is, and the result of concussions in the long run. So, how do football players get concussions? Football players get concussions because they take so much contact to their heads. Most people think that concussions are only caused from helmet-to-helmet contact, but that isn't true. Players also get concussions by helmet to ground, or helmet to pads, or just helmet to the body of another player. And the cause for these concussions is split about evenly between those three reasons. So now that you know how the players get the concussions, let's talk about what a concussion is. A concussion is a type of traumatic brain injury. A concussion is when your brain moves back and forth or side to side rapidly and it causes your brain to bounce around in your skull. Concussions create chemical changes in the brain. They can also stretch and damage brain cells. There are many signs of a concussion. Some of them are a dilated pupil, constant headache, nausea, unusual behavior, and even loss of consciousness. So, there are some long-term effects that can be life-threatening. There are many bad results of a concussion. Some of the symptoms are headaches and problem with concentration, memory, balance, and coordination. Some concussions are even bad enough to cause loss of consciousness. If a football player loses consciousness, they can get a disease called CTE. CTE is a degenerative brain disease found in athletes, military veterans, and others with a history of repetitive brain trauma. In CTE, a protein called TAU forms clumps that slowly spread throughout the brain, killing the brain cells. CTE has been seen in people as young as 17, but symptoms do not generally begin until years after the onset of the head impacts. So, in conclusion, concussion is a serious brain injury that is caused from lots of impact to the head, and it can have many long-term impacts such as the disease CTE, or it could even lead to death in some cases. So, even though football is a very fun and interesting sport and is loved by so many players and fans, it is very dangerous and could even be life-threatening.